Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is doing well. Having a great morning thus far. I've only taken a few trades. I'll have to get the exact number. I've taken 4 trades. 2 wins, a loss, and a break even. The craziest thing about the loss is I actually shouldn't have gotten into it really, because I should have considered the previous bar to technically be touching the bar before it. Like the previous reversal bar, it should have been touching the VWAP basically. It was off by like some micro ticks basically, and so previously I counted that as being a touch, but I didn't know if I still needed to do it, and I should have just went ahead and went with my first mind. So yeah. And then shortly after, I did miss a trade that won, and I also missed a trade that lost. So I guess technically where I am right now should kind of be about the same. Well, I actually should be up an extra 80 something dollars basically. So yeah, but we're here and we're gonna try to keep this thing going. Good morning, Applejacks, and good morning, Trenches. Trenches, I told y'all I'm not trading at PA. I'm not doing it. I can't even lie though. When I came back into NinjaTrader last night to reset my charts, because I thought something was wrong with my workspace, but I actually think one of the mods said that ever since that last rhythmic outage, he's been having like lag in his NinjaTrader from the native volume up down indicator, and I thought it was just me, but apparently that could be, now it's not part of some of this other lag that rhythmic got going on, but I do believe that it is contributing to some of the lag. Now today it's just the data, like this has not gone down below 0.1 seconds all day today. I even made sure that this is the only workspace that I have open at the time, because I forgot in my trade journal I could just export the other trades via Excel. I didn't really want to do that because my trading journal, it automatically screenshots the charts on entry and exit. So my other workspace just always had the follower accounts charts so that their trades can also have a picture of the chart. I thought maybe that was causing some of the lag, but now I don't think so. I really think it's just rhythmic. So yeah. So today, a little bit later, I'm going to try to, I know there's another up down indicator. I'll just go get a free one out of the ecosystem. Hopefully it works just as well and it doesn't cause the lag. But yeah, no PA yet. Once I pass my first account fair and square the real way, then I will trade my PA. But I'm not going to lie. When I came in here to rebuild the workspace last night and I saw the PA, I was like, I smiled. I was cheesing a little bit. I can't even lie. Even though I didn't get it fair and square. But yeah, still exciting. And I'm not going to allow myself to not celebrate, you know? push too far up. But yeah, my hope is that I can pass one of the other 25Ks this week. And if that is the case, then I will start trading both PAs next week on Monday. And yeah, I think that I've decided I will group them for copy trading based on time. And so in the beginning, I won't trade any PAs that first 30 minutes. I'll just leave them for the 9 to 11. Just because I think that that's the better thing to do. But yeah. So it's coming. It is coming. Absolutely, Applejacks. It's been a long time coming. I still consider that to be after a 1-bar pullback, I think. I don't know. We just won't chance it. Oh, good. We changed again. So I don't gotta worry about that. That's here. What's down there? All right. So I can't take the first sell here. My bias just changed to an uptrend just now. Can't take the first sell, and I also can't take the first buy. So I'll be waiting for basically 2 reversals, and then we'll see what happens from there. We will see what happens from there. And for whatever reason, my accounts dashboard, it's tracking my P&L, but it's not tracking it with the commissions. And well, I guess it is tracking the trailing drawdown, so that part is fine. But I'm not really sure why it's not tracking everything properly. And I could tell, yeah, because it's showing like that I haven't even taken any trades. It does glitch out from time to time, so I'll just chalk it up from that, which is fine. Talk about lag market was just 2 points past my exit and didn't close for about 10 seconds. Literally went back under and back. Oh, jeez. I'm not surprised. Like I said, even the rhythmic, well, now I just saw it go below 0.1 seconds, but literally this entire session this morning, I have not seen it below 0.1 seconds. And I definitely haven't seen it at 0.01, 0.02 like I'm used to seeing. So that's a little sus. All right, first sale is invalid as well. We got a pin bar right there, meaning that it came back and touched my minor level to the tick. So I definitely do not take any trades going back towards that. Another thing that I have decided after I went through, so of course I updated my cheat sheets. I didn't complete the initial back test still. However, I did go through all of last week, went through the charts. Not only did I write down the trades that I did take, but I also took into account all the trades that I missed, and I even wrote down trades that I was still like questioning the rules on those particular setups. And in the process of doing that, I was able to, filter through. And if I told y'all what the potential of last week could be, it is literally insane. So my goal this week is to attempt to not miss any trades, even though I did miss 2 earlier, a win and a loss. So let's just pretend it didn't happen because they cancel each other out. But that is my biggest goal, is to not miss very many trades, and definitely not take any trades that I'm not supposed to be in. So that one from earlier is just, we gonna chalk that up, charge it to the game, because that was just legit my fault. I still need to take into account that if a bar closes with like less than a tick away from a VWAP, then I count it as it closed on it, period. And at this point, I have decided that none of my setups, I can't take any of them if the previous reversal bar touched the VWAP in any way, shape, or form. Whether the VWAP went through the body of the candle, the wick of the candle, it does not matter. We are not taking any trades going back towards the VWAP. On the larger Renko settings, I was able to. Most of the time, if the volume in the entry candle was more than the volume of the candle that touched the VWAP, but on the 16 tick chart, baby, no. Okay, we're just not gonna do it. The results are very inconsistent. I can't come up with a consistent volume pattern that I see, so we just gonna chalk that up as we just not doing it, which is fine for me. It's cool. So just one less thing that I have to keep in my head. Now the only thing I keep in my head is, hey, that touched the VWAP, we ain't taking the next trade. So yeah. Good morning, Rio. Good morning. Good morning. I also was able to, let me see something. All right. Can't take this trade. It's a weak level right here. And volume of this swing is more than the previous swing. So can't take that one. I wonder if that other indicator works again yet. Before I get off later, I'm going to check to see if this other volume indicator that I had worked. It used to work on my what was that? When the threshold of my Rinkos was 2 instead of 1. This other volume indicator, I used to love it, but when I switched to the threshold of 1, it's like it shows up blank, like literally nothing is in the volume indicator. So I really don't know what that's about, but that's a thing. Oh wait, you guys can't see shit. I forgot to put the other levels over there. All right, give me like 15 minutes. Once it hits like 9:30, when I know things have completely slowed down, I forgot to put the order flow VWAP and the support and resistance, like all of that stuff. I forgot to put that on that chart over there when I rebuilt everything. So my apologies. Sorry, guys. That's my bad. Good morning, Granny. That's my bad. Actually, I was gonna do it now, but all right, I can't do it now. All right, so I'm missing the current open high low, the support and resistance, and the order flow VWAP, and the prior, not that, hello, prior JOHLC. Sorry, that's gonna screw up for half a second, more than that. One day it'll fix itself, and that one day is now. All right. So sorry about that, you guys. We're back in business. Little choppiness trying to create here. There's no zigzag attached at all right now. So last week there were 3 green days, a red day, and then a break-even day. So let's see if we can beat that this week. Let's see. I really want to reload my Ninja script on this accounts dashboard, but I know it's going to reload everything for the other charts too, so creating double top, double bottom combos. Just one of the many ways I see when price is consolidating. Let's see if we could push past this level here, or if we're going to continue to consolidate a little bit. The kids are back in daycare. I have my life back. I have my concentration back. I don't have to worry about fixing my phone because he clicked an ad on YouTube. No, I miss my babies already. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, Friday I was on the phone with my friend and I was just like, I forgot what time it was. I think it was maybe like 2. I had just finished like writing in my trade journal. And I told him, I said, man, I am gonna miss the kids next week because after I get off the charts, I don't have to cook nobody breakfast. I don't have nobody running around the house to get me to chase them. I don't have nobody trying to show me how they could do flips and splits and like, what am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be bored, y'all. I wonder how long it's gonna take for my niece, the 4-year-old. Actually, my nephew now, who's about to be 3 in May, they attribute TT's house to where they go when they're sick. So my niece used to always play sick because she wanted to come to my house. I wonder how long it's going to take her to do that. It's probably going to be a little minute because she's at a new daycare. She gets to make new friends, you know, and be around kids again versus just all of us adults who have been babysitting them for the last like 4 months. So I wonder how long that's going to take. But I can tell you that her mom walked in on her playing with her dolls last week, and she heard her say KeAmber. And so she said, KeAmber what? She says, I need to take my dolls to KeAmber house so she can watch them. Ma'am, I watch humans. I was like, you tell your daughter, TT don't do that, okay? TT don't do that at all. But it was hilarious. Still consolidating here. And I still really don't know about the 1-bar pullback. I might just honestly completely get rid of it. Yeah, it's weird because it works on literally every single Renko setting except this one. But then also the 16 tick chart seems to be a lot more consistent with volume patterns too versus the other ones. So maybe because all the other ones are so consistent, the 1-bar pullbacks are just like flukes. I don't know. I don't know. You miss the kids. Me too. Those are my babies. She actually, so what was that? I feel like it was no, it was Friday. So Friday they went to their grandpa house, and so it was like probably 8 o'clock at night, and I see my phone ringing and it's FaceTime. So I'm thinking it's one of their parents calling me like, "Hey, the baby just scratched his arm and it looks like this," because they call me when it's like, nursing sick related issues, And so it's her face all in the screen. I'm like, first of all, hello, back up. She, hi, TT. And I hear the other two in the background. Hi, TT. Hi, TT. You guys never see my older nephew because he's 5 going on 6. And so he's in school already. So yeah, she's like showing me around and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to play the game, but what's up? And so she's telling me what she ate that day and what she did. And so she tells me, and I was playing hide and seek. I said, you play hide and seek at your grandpa's house? No, at my own house. I said, oh, okay. So she takes me downstairs and she props the phone up, and she's showing me how she knows how to now do a front flip with no hands off of the top of the couch onto, just the regular cushion part of the couch. And so her dad's like, well, TT's playing the game. Don't you want to let her go and play her game? She was like, no, I'm talking to her. I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, I just finished calling Granny and now I called you. I said, so you the one who called me? It wasn't your daddy? No, it was me. I said, oh Lord. So I don't know if he has like pictures on, our profiles or something, because she knew exactly who she was calling. She told him she wanted to call her granny, so she clicked the button. She said she wanted to call me, she clicked me, and he did not tell her which one was which. So I was just cracking up. I'm like, Lord, this is what it's gonna be like, just random FaceTimes and calls from a 4-year-old. Since 3:30, every pullback to the 20. Yeah, wait. 5 trades, 5 winners, trying to stay patient for the break of the high now or pull back to the 20 EMA. Okay, trenches. We out here. Since 3:30. Do you mean 3:30? Oh, like 3:30 a.m. Every pullback to the 20 EMA gonna bounce on 5 minutes or higher volume than the previous red candles. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. My niece is 10. We went from FaceTimes like that to FaceTimes about her skincare routine. That is so cute. That is super cute. I'm just always so grateful to be able to have the type of relationship that I have with them. They're actually not my niece and nephews. Their father is my first cousin. He's an only child. His mom and my mom are sisters. He's the only child. Me and my sister never had a brother, and we have just always literally grown up like this. Like, I could show you guys a picture of me 5 years old, him 1 year old, and I'm carrying him on my hip. They used to always tell me, put that boy down. He's bigger than you. No, this is my little baby. So, yeah, because we grew up like brothers and sisters. Your kids need to call me TT. Don't call me by my name. We don't do that. That's just what it is, okay? But yeah, so those are my niece and nephews that are really my cousins. But they don't need to know that. I'm TT. They don't need to know that. All right. I did not miss that at all. This one I kind of did. But yeah. One thing I do think that I want to less than nope. I do want to look at so this divergence here I would normally take, but I feel like I don't want to take it if the volume of this candle is more than both of the previous swings, because then that technically means that this it technically means that the new high or new low, if we were, going down, is not strong enough. It should push down before there's that much volume in that candle. That's just my thought process. That's why I didn't take the trade. I'm still like not all the way sure how I want that to work, but I think that's what it's gonna be. We'll see though. We'll see. So I definitely have that in my rules. Trying to see. Nope, that just invalidated itself. So you go give your brother up, but you go keep your niece? They are a package deal. They are a package deal. It's so crazy because my mom, she always said like she never wanted sons, just from a standpoint of like how cruel the world is and that kind of thing. She just always said she never wanted sons. She never wanted to have to worry about them being in the streets. And I told her, look, just be happy that you have the daughters that you have, because baby, the way some of these women are out here in the streets and setting guys up and getting killed, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, that's scary to me. It is. Me and my sister, we be put up, okay? Put up. I have no time for anybody's shenanigans at all. At all. I feel like I wrote down. Good, sweet. Let me see that. 69. Nope. Alright. I'm just going through making sure none of this was anything I would have taken, and it's not thus far. Except maybe. Oh, nope. That one was invalid too. And I looked at that wrong. This sell right here, this divergence off the high, that ain't the pattern I'm looking for. I always make sure that the volume of that candle is less than one of the last two swings. So I don't know what I was talking about. This is the overnight high, which that is not the overnight high. Why didn't it save? I just drew these last night, like right after 2:30. I was in here. All right, so they didn't save. Let me go. This is freaking stupid. Do I have to? I'm glad that I looked, because I'm like, wait, I don't see the extra. All right, well, give me a second, because 4:14. Well, that's stupid as hell. Because how'd that work? Alright. Let's go back. I don't know how that didn't save right. I literally was in the charts at 2:30 this morning. And I drew the levels. So I don't know how that happened. But, you know, whatever. Alright, wait. Let me pull the other level down here. Oh, because there's extra ones. Where the heck did those come from? So I did draw them. There's just these extra lines for no reason, which is weird because last night I only had the initial 2 on my chart. You know what? I'm not gonna ask no questions. It ain't even worth it. Alright, I can't take this buy. This is a divergence trade off of my major level back here, but it will close also where the minor trend changed from an uptrend to a downtrend, and that is a pattern that I noticed this weekend that I need to stop trading. And it makes sense why I can't, because if you think about it, my minor level's right here, right? So if we close right here, there's really no room for the trade to work. Because my minor level and my major level are also levels of support and resistance. That's basically all that I really have on my charts, just different forms of support and resistance. So it makes sense why it doesn't work so well. I just didn't really pay attention to the pattern when I was putting this together. Remind me, does Apex give instructions on linking multiple accounts in NinjaTrader? So, do you mean multiple brokers or just multiple accounts? Like if you have 10 Apex accounts? Because if you mean just multiple accounts with the same prop firm, then it's automatic. As soon as you log into the Apex server or whatever in the connections, all of your accounts will automatically pop up. They will all be listed. Oh, yeah, they'll all be listed at the same time. Yeah, as soon as you turn the connection on, you'll see all of your active evals, PAs, and then you'll see the SIM account that they give you for free. Let's see if we push down in this candle. There really has not been great price action today, for real, for real. But patience is a virtue. Hold on, you guys. I want to make sure that if this trade invalidates that I get out of it. It's like... It's trying to rotate over the VWAP, but I don't know if it's gonna hold, not handle. There's almost 2,000 volume in this one itty bitty candle. Oh look, the lag is better. I wonder why it took so long. Usually after the first like 10 minutes, if that, the lag is right. Alright, we invalidated. Alright, I got out. It was like, let me trade London by 2:30. I'm like, fuck this. I'm sleepy. Missed the whole 200 points. Oh my gosh. I don't understand. Listen, I can't do it. I don't even understand how I used to do that. Like trade London, go to sleep for a few hours, trade from 8:30 to like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, do it all over again, and like, girl, what was you doing and why? You have a Mac, so you stuck with NinjaTrader Web. I'm not paying $99 for parallels. Ah, the good old Mac. Well, yeah, because the only other thing that you can do is get a VPS, but I mean, VPS is cost, and especially because you want to have enough RAM on the VPS for it to operate properly. Depending on, you know, the type of indicators that you want to use and stuff like that. Now, if you're not using any indicators, you could probably go with the 8 gig. I know I have a VPS for one of my businesses, and I think I give them 8 gigs if I'm not mistaken. It might be 4. I don't know. I think it's 8, and I only pay like $10 a month for it. But most people who use VPSs for trading and they trade NinjaTrader, they just use the NinjaTrader VPS and they use the medium plan, but that's like $59 a month, which can definitely add up. I've only owned one Mac ever, and that is back when I first kind of got into entrepreneurship, because that was like the thing. Everybody talked about MacBooks, and I've always been a PC person, like always, or, you know, just a Windows device. And I really didn't like it that much. I mean, it was okay. Like for video editing and stuff, I did love Final Cut Pro, don't get me wrong. But aside from that, it was just like, why do people like this thing? Especially because, you know, on Windows, I could find a free app or software for practically anything. And then I also just didn't like the fact that if I wanted to upgrade my RAM or, you know, anything like that, I couldn't just open up my PC and do it myself. So that was the problem. Okay. And I also used to be like a Droid person when it came to phones. I've only owned 2 iPhones. I have the XS right now, and before this I had a 5S. When I had my 5S, the only thing I liked about it was the fact that it was jailbroken. I used to always say, like, iPhones are made for simple people, you know, or people who just like don't understand phones and da 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 whatever. So I just had the opportunity to buy this phone. It was basically brand new, and I bought it for like $900 cash, and I like it, right? So some months back, my uncle, who still has Androids, and even my grandma does too, my uncle asked me to do something on his phone, and baby, I was lost. I said, oh my God, I became one of the simple people. I don't even know how to use a Droid anymore. Why is this thing like a computer? Why did I used to like this? It's too much. It's too much. So I probably at this point will always stick with an iPhone. But as far as like computers, never again. Like my Mac, I think I bought it in 2014 or 2015. So it probably has 4 gigs of RAM on it. Maybe it might have 8. I don't know. But I have 64 gigs of RAM on my PC. Like, yeah. So, and I will say that I do prefer iPads over regular tablets. That's for sure. That is for sure. Maybe 1404. Let's see if we could get a push up from here, or if we're just gonna reject off of this level at 65.50, the lower high right here. Gotta stay in it. All right, finally a trade. Finally a trade. My goodness, we've been in a little drought. You only trade London. You be up at 2:40 and then be out the door for work at 5:30. Oh my gosh. Why do you work so early in the morning? Are you in healthcare? You got one that's just collecting dust because I got a gaming PC that I've gotten so... Oh yeah, gaming PCs all day, every day. That's what mine is. I have an MSI. So both of my PCs that I have right now are both gaming laptops. But the other one I actually purchased for my business when I had a credit repair business. I ain't got that no more, but I still got the computer. So that one only has, I believe, maybe 16 gigs of RAM, maybe 32. I think it's 16. It's a smaller one. It's like a 15-inch. The computer that I trade on is a 17-inch, 64 gigs of RAM, i9 octa-core processor. It has power, okay? Has a lot of power. So why didn't that change? Okay, there, I know it did. Can a gaming PC, but I have so many other artistic interests to use it for. I don't know which to pick. Honestly, I would pick a gaming PC because to me, okay, I think that from a trading perspective, I personally feel like there is a reason why most trading apps are Windows and not Mac. And it's so much easier to upgrade little parts of your computer if you decide that you want to do that. And I really think it's worth it. So this PC or gaming laptop that I have, I believe it was like maybe $2,300, and then I paid for a warranty on it or whatever. Now, I always encourage people, if you're going to have electronics, to purchase them from Best Buy and get their Total Tech membership. You pay like $180 a year, and you're able to basically any electronics that you buy, you automatically get a warranty. So you don't have to pay for a warranty. Okay, it comes with the membership. So at this point, I purchased my Xbox from there. I purchased my controllers as well. Anytime my controllers, which I actually need to take one back right now because it has stick drift. So anytime, I have any issues, I don't have to question anything. Like, I just take it to them, they fix it or replace it right then and there. So easy. So easy. Buying an iPad for the Bahamas because you don't want to take your laptop. Oh, well, you do use Trading, so that makes sense. But by the time you pay money for an iPad, I mean, why not just get like a smaller laptop maybe? Even though you don't want to take a laptop, but I don't know. I just always feel like laptops are better than a tablet. 652. See if we can get enough volume here. See if we push up. We're rejecting off of the level that changed it to an uptrend. I mean, yeah, changing my minor trend from a downtrend to an uptrend. All right, we rejected that notion. Pharmaceutical engineering, technically you don't start till 7, but you get here before everybody because you extra. Understood. Understood. I used to be that person, and I was like, what the hell am I here early for? I'll see y'all when I see y'all. I'll be that person where if I'm super early to work, baby, I will sit in that parking lot in my car doing absolutely nothing. And I'll see y'all when I'm supposed to be up in here, okay? Because, then the nurses want to start report as soon as you walk in. Like, baby girl, I'm 15 minutes early. What you doing? I'm just here right now, but pretend like I'm not. Okay, our lag has gone back to normal now. Hallelujah. Because what the heck has been going on all morning? All right, so This is a weak level at 69.75, so I can't take the trade unless it pulls all the way back to it and touches it. Another thing I noticed in my back testing this weekend. And for me, like probably not today, maybe tomorrow, I want to kind of like write all my rules out, not just on my cheat sheet, but like in my journal, and try to think through why that volume pattern is so like necessary for the setup. So like here, of course, if it's a weaker level, it's already weak, right? So I definitely need the price to touch the level and test it versus reversing above it. And then also, like, if it's a weak level, the volume of the swing down, so let's say I was taking a buy, it can't be more than the previous swing. That also makes sense because it's already a weak level, so it shouldn't take more volume in the current swing to reverse back up in regards to the volume versus the previous swing or whatever. So like I did that when I first started developing the strategy, but in the midst of me continuing to change things around and stuff, I kind of like got away from doing that. But I definitely want to do it now because I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. So, excuse me. So I think I'm okay at this point to go ahead and do that. Same thing here, like I said earlier, divergence at my major level, but we closing back inside the zone. So it doesn't make sense for this to work out because it's not giving the trade enough room to work. Now, the option that I did have, which I just decided, let's just not take the trades. But one of the options that I did have was if the volume patterns still work out, I'll just break even when price hits my minor level. Because typically, as long as the volume patterns work out, if price hits the minor level on this bigger pullback, the minor level being up here, typically that is where price is going to reverse if the trade doesn't just push through it. But the problem with doing that is a lot of times it's going to hit it like it just did right now. It's going to break even and then it's going to go. Well, if most of my trades are just going to break even because no matter what, it's going to resist there, well, then that's pointless for me to do. So I rather just not trade. So not all the time when I get divergence trades at my major levels do I close back inside of the minor zone. So I just have to be patient and wait for the larger pullbacks that don't close inside the zone. Just leave it at that. So those are things like, I promise you guys at some point I'm going to make a video and show you guys exactly how I do my Excel spreadsheets when I'm backtesting, because I promise you, if you are trying to figure out what part of your strategy is breaking down and causing you to lose more often, I promise you, if you use my method of how I filter through things in Excel, you are going to be golden. You are going to be golden. It is a little bit time consuming. However, it's going to be worth it. I promise. I promise. Because at the end of the day, no matter what people say about the NASDAQ, and I really only hear people say this about the NASDAQ, not really any other instruments, is that the NASDAQ does not have consistent patterns. It's a crackhead. It doesn't move the same on different days. Like, it always looks different, and that's not true. And even though during this process of me trying to, develop my strategy, it's been a difficult process to a certain extent. One of my goals, besides just the goal that I have for myself, one of my goals was to show that no, it does move consistently. Now, maybe you're looking at a time frame where it don't move so consistent, but I just want to show that, like, no, there's consistent patterns every single day. You just have to figure out the bar type or time frame or whatever where you best see the consistent patterns and go from there. So this bar closed on the VWAP, so no trades going back towards that. I think there's like one setup of mine, which I think is the pullback to the major level, which is at 358.25 right now. I think that's the one where I didn't really have to worry about the previous bar touching the VWAP, but just for the sake of consistency in my brain, I just rather not take any trades going back towards the VWAP. It just makes things so much easier for me to remember. Like if I'm missing out on 5-6 trades a week because I'm not taking the trade even though it's set up properly and all this other stuff, all because it's going back towards the VWAP, I'm okay with that. At least for now. Now, if I just consistently see that like, yo, the trades are winning consistently on this one setup, then I'll reprogram my brain to say, hey, it's okay on this particular trade. It's all right. But for now, I just won't take any trades going back towards it. And it's cool. It's cool. So I do want to I was looking and I probably should at least no, I'm not gonna do that. So my goal, I told you guys, is to pass one of the first evals the right way this week. One of the reasons being is because if I can pass it this week and start trading the PAs next Monday, then the 10th trade, no, that's a lie, because Good Friday is the 29th. Shit. What I was going to say is that the 10th trading day to be able to qualify for a payout would be April 5th, but that's not true. So what I'll probably do is, at least for this one PA, I might go ahead and at least like flip a contract or something sometime this week, maybe on Thursday and Friday. If I haven't passed the first eval yet by Thursday, then I will definitely just flip a contract probably Thursday and Friday. And then you guys know I don't have plans to just be flipping a contract for just as a trading day anyway. So that'll give me an extra day or so to make sure I can qualify for that payout window. So we'll see. I almost forgot about Good Friday next week. Shoot, I need to look up let's mute this. I need to look up Alright, so I think it's just the Good Friday. Alright, Thursday, all markets have a regular close. No trading for Friday. Trade date in observance of Good Friday. So I don't have to worry about that Monday. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I need to flip a contract a day this week, which is cool. That works for me. But yeah, my goal is to qualify for a payout the 1st through the 5th of next month. So we'll see. We will see. We can get some good price action this week. I think I'll be all right. Passing in a week sounds crazy considering it took me this long to pass on accident. But I think we got the strategy where it needs to be. So it's just a matter of having good volatility and enough movement for it to work out this week. I'm gonna be so mad if this stray wins, but if it loses, I'll be fine. I only don't want to take this because of how this messed up right here, and usually it doesn't matter, but considering where we are so far today, I don't want to chance it because the zigzag should have attached to this one bar and this one bar, and it didn't. So, and yeah, see, my thought process was correct. It didn't used to matter much, but I'm starting to notice a pattern of it mattering now. So that is why I didn't take the trade. And I think what I actually need to do, right? So what I was looking for on this particular trade was for the volume of this candle to be less than the volume of the previous reversal candle of the previous swing. So I think what actually needs to happen when the zigzag messes up like this and it doesn't attach to, and it's not messed up, there's a reason why it doesn't attach, but when it doesn't attach like that, what I need to do is just not use this first bar, since that's where the zigzag attached. I need to still use the previous swing bar. So this was a valid sell if I based it off of this first reversal bar. But if I base it off of the bar that happened after the one bar pullback, it was actually invalid. So no matter where the zigzag attaches to, I still need to look at my volume requirements based on the actual previous swing, not just the swing where the zigzag attached. Hopefully that makes sense. Because I actually noticed that when I was back testing this weekend as well, for the times when the zigzag messes up like that. So that trade right there proved my theory correct. I was telling my friend who also trades, like, all of this time that I've been putting into trading, especially since I've been on YouTube, because I'm gonna tell y'all, this is probably the longest I've been consistent with trading in my entire 10-year career, and it's literally only because of YouTube. And that's one of the many I have many reasons why I started this YouTube channel, but that is one of the many reasons, was to hold myself accountable, because if I said I'm gonna go live every day, that's what I'm gonna do. And it was kind of the same thing with my previous channel, or my other channel. I don't want to say previous because it is still there, but I wanted to get out of debt, and I knew one of the best ways for me to do so was to do so on YouTube in front of people, because when I was late on my budget videos, baby, people inboxed me. They were writing comments on the previous month's budget, like, hey, where's this month's budget? Where you at? Kind of thing. And that's kind of one of the reasons why that channel just kind of fell to the wayside, because when I became debt free 6 years ago, I didn't even know what I wanted to talk about no more. So I did update them over there and let them know, like, hey, it's been a lot going on, but I'm coming back at some point. And one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about is my trading journey, so I will get back to doing that. But this has been the longest, like, because by this point, y'all, I've been on YouTube now since I think December is when I started. I shut my credit repair business down August 31st. So since September 1st to now, it's been 6 months, 6.5 months. I can guarantee y'all, as much as I put time that I put into this, whether it was actively trading, back testing, whatever, I would have been frustrated and got the hell on and wouldn't have traded again for like 12 months. Easy. My break is typically 6 to 12 months, but closer to the 12-month side. And that's why it's taken me so long to reach my goals when it came to trading. But with the closing of my business, which I didn't close my business because it was failing or anything. I just closed my business because I was like, all right, I think I need to really focus on trading. And I cannot do that doing this at the same time. I had tried it for over a year and it just was not, I didn't have the time at all. Like, I didn't have the time, I didn't have the energy. And the reality is, when you start seeing, I've been seeing people do well in trading my entire 10-year career. I started with Q Banks, okay, for Christ's sakes. But I think being in the Apex community and seeing so many other people succeeding and getting payouts, I was like, bro, what am I doing? Why am I sitting here doing all of this work for people who they just didn't care to pay their creditors, and now they're trying to get me to undo the damage. And then I always say now that having a business where you expect customers to pay you one time or pay you period, when the only reason they're your customer is because they didn't pay other creditors, that's insane. Why would you do that? So, at first I didn't really have issues with people paying me on time, but then I started having issues and I was like, you know what? Y'all ain't even worth it. What am I doing? Why would I do this to myself? Bye. Listen, figure out your stuff on your own. Go find somebody else. I don't know, but get somebody else to do it. I'm done. That's what I did. And I'm so proud of myself for staying consistent. Even my best friend, the one that trades, he was like, I can't believe you haven't left me yet. Because I always be like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going back to nursing. I got my business. F all of this. I'm frustrated. I don't care. But I don't have those options anymore. And as sad as I was about like losing hours at my last job and it being so difficult to find another nursing job, because I live in a city where we don't have a lot of psych facilities, and I've worked at 2 of them, are really 3 of them already. It's hard, and they always tell you like don't go into psych in certain other areas because you lose your nursing skills. There's certain skills that I definitely lost. But also just because now you've niched down so much. But I hate med-surg. I hate every area of nursing except peds, and psych. And the thing is, it probably wouldn't be difficult for me to find a nursing job if I wanted to work full time, but I don't want to work full time. I don't have full time bills. So no, I'm not going to work myself into the ground for no reason. So that was one of the problems right there. But also it just use this time and devote it to trading. And that's what I decided to do instead. And I'm grateful that I had the support of my mom and my grandma, and she just lets me be, I give money when I'm supposed to every month, but I'm just grateful that I don't have the type of mom where like she's trying to pressure me to get back into my career that I spent so much money and time and energy in. I'm grateful for that because it's not what I want to do with my time. It's not even close. So I always tell her how grateful I am because I think it's just over for me. I never wanted to be an old nurse anyway. Who wants to do that? Not me. So it's like I'm getting too old to keep putting my dreams off for other people, and just period. It's just it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. And I told her it might take me some time, but baby, when I get there, trust you me. It's gonna be so worth it. Yep, my best friend trades. Nobody feels you out. He's my only friend. I would probably say like 6 really close friends. I have 3 best friends. 1 is a woman and 2 are men. And I have other really, actually I would say I have 4 best friends, 3 men and 1 woman. One of them I've been friends with for 14 years. My female best friend, I've actually been best friends with her for 24 years almost. And then the other two I've been best friends with for about 10, actually a little longer than 10 years now, probably. I would say like 11 years. So the one who trades, the one out of everybody, we actually were introduced to trading at the same time. We were in network marketing together. He actually was on my team. And we had a guy who was in a different downline of my upline. And he's the one who introduced us to trading. He was a scammer. He's in jail right now, thanks to moi. And yes, it's something that I'm proud of because he deserves to be in jail, all right? But yeah, so he first introduced us to trading. That is when I honestly would say that back in 2014 was around the time where trading started to like really gain some steam on social media. That's when Q Banks and Ryan, his partner, I don't think they're partners anymore, but his friend or old friend Ryan, there was Jarrell Cox, Aaron Brooks Butler, who is the scammer who's in jail, and there were some other people, but that's kind of when it started to become popular in network marketing before there was even a network marketing trading company, which I think all of them are trash for the most part, but that's neither here nor there. But that's when most of us were kind of like introduced to it, and that's really when it took off on social media, really in regards to Forex. Because before 2014, you didn't really see a lot of people talking about, at least not in our communities, talking about Forex online like that. You didn't. Yeah, I was around to see the evolution of it. But he's the only one that trades. Nobody else does. Nobody else does. This took a turn. Listen, I done been through some stuff, okay? I have spent a lot of money in the last 10 years purchasing courses. I've even purchased one-on-one mentorship. That didn't cost me as much as what most people charge for like one-on-one mentorship. I've paid to be in groups. I've spent a lot of money on indicators, trying things out. And that's kind of why this go round of me focusing on trading, I was like, no, I'm not buying nothing from nobody. I have the knowledge. I've been doing this long enough to know what I'm looking for. So we just gonna try to create something from scratch. And I told myself this go around, maybe because I'm creating something from scratch, and I've created other strategies from scratch. Like my intraday swing strategy was actually pretty profitable. And that's what I used when I first started with Apex. But again, because I had so much going on, I couldn't really be consistent with it. But it was working. But I hate intraday swinging. So I said, no, F that. We're going to figure something else out with scalping. And I just told myself, look, just remind yourself that you spent $60,000. Most of it was scholarship money, but that ain't your business now. But you spent $60,000 to have this career that you've been in for the last 12 years that you really kind of despise to a certain extent. And it took you 4.5 years to do it, right? Really, and I don't even say 4.5 years because I count K through, well, I didn't go to kindergarten, but first grade through 12th grade, that counts too because I had to do that first. So it took you 16 years to get into this career that you don't really like. So there's no reason at all to rush this process. Why? Why rush it? It makes no sense. So I said, all right, I'm going to devote my time to this. I know it ain't going to take me 16 years. I knew it would probably take me like 6 to 8 months because it's a lot that goes into it. But once I switched to this volume-based strategy, I knew it was going to take me a little bit of time, but I was like, nah, this is going to be it. Let's not get frustrated. Let's try to push through any frustrations because this is it right here. And I proved myself right so far. Last week was the best week that I had so far with the strategy since I started developing it. And even though the overall P&L from the 3 accounts were negative, I really only take into account the account that I ended up passing on accident on Friday, because that's the only account where I took all of the trades that I took for the week. That's the only one that I did it on. And I was positive like 300 bucks. Even though I missed like well over 40 or 50 trades for the week, I still was positive 300 bucks. That's progress for me, because I can't tell you. I think even the last time that I had multiple green days in a week, I still ended the week negative though. So this was the first time where I actually had multiple green days and ended the week green based on the trades that I took. So progress is progress, and I'm just hoping that I continue to see progress over time. Laura was being real shy. Oh, my aunt. I think my auntie. Oh, she must have went to the daycare with them since she was off today. Oh, my babies love their new daycare. Oh, that's gonna make me cry. I don't want them to love daycare. I want them to come back to TT house. Oh, she said my niece was being real shy, which she always is. But she said that the baby ran right off, came back, and gave her a kiss. Oh no, you know what? This must be from their mom. She must have sent this to my aunt, and my aunt just forwarded it. But she said the baby just he ran off, and then he came because he seen toys. Came back, gave her a kiss, and then started playing again. Oh, look at him. I need to go do his hair. I forgot to go do his hair yesterday. Look at my baby playing. We miss him. Oh, my little baby. My little schnookums. RMB 1492. I don't think there's going to be enough volume in this candle at all for me to be able to take the trade. I'm pretty sure. But we do have a resistance level right here. It's the third resistance level plus the prior highest right there. But yeah, we didn't have enough volume. we didn't have enough volume at all. Not worrying about the buy, because I don't take buys going back towards the previous high. And I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. Oh. Damn, y'all. That's a trade I actually would have taken. The sell right there. You bastards. Dang. Something told me to just hold off a little bit longer. Hold your bladder, girl. Damn. Now, I don't know if I would have gotten filled though, because hold on one second, you guys. Hello. I'm trading, silly goose. I'll be done in like 45 minutes up. Well, plus having to write my trades down, but that shouldn't take long. I didn't take that many trades today. Yes, I do. And I'm going to call you as soon as I'm done, okay? Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. I was so irritated last night. I wanted to quit that last game too. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was like, man, forget it. It is what it is. Right. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Okay. I'll call you as soon as I'm done. Alright, bye. Alright, so going back to this trade back here, I don't know if I would have been filled on it because it looks like the bar that what was it? No, it was this one. Let's see. It looks like the lag would have had to damn near be perfect. I might have gotten filled on it. I don't really know. It's kind of hard because sometimes when I'm in the back test and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this is a trade where I wouldn't have gotten filled. But then I look and I actually did take that trade. So it's kind of weird sometimes. It probably would have filled me since it went a tick beyond the entry. But from now on, I'm just going to hold my bladder, okay? Because we could have been up another almost $90 per account, okay? But not a bad start to the week either way. Let's just see how the rest of the session goes. Because, yeah, that first bar after the reversal, the close was 16 seconds and then 0.154. Then the bar that would have 3 bars later is when it came up and touched the entry, and that was at 0.182. So the lag would have had to have been less than 0.03 seconds, I think, is how that would have worked. So I'm not quite sure if we would have gotten filled. So when I write this particular trade down in my trade journal, I'm going to write it down as it hitting the take profit level before the entry. I'll just write it down that way just because that's what it looks like it would have done, but I don't know. But it absolutely hit my rules and everything. He had to be from Alabama. Are you talking about the one who scammed us? Yeah, he was from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. You can go Google him, Aaron Brooks Butler. He stole, I think, over $300,000 from, I don't know how many of us it was, but I was one of few people, maybe like 10, who was like it was written in the, I don't know, in the court documents that I was one of the people that needed to be paid back. I don't know where he gonna get this money, but yeah, he owes me $2,000. And my best friend, the one that trades, he also owes him $2,000 as well. I don't count on getting the money ever, because according to his girlfriends, he didn't have nothing going on financially. So yeah, he made all his money scamming us. When they did the investigations, very little money that he had came from trading. And that is when I found out that you could Photoshop videos. Like, yeah. Because he used to like make these videos logging into his Nadex account. Nadex is binary options. Make these videos logging into his Nadex account, showing his balance. Same thing with his bank account. I mean, all kind of stuff. And baby, all of it was fake. Yeah, all of it was fake. But lesson learned, you know, lesson learned. All right, my major level is at 320.50. You know, I wonder. I hope this closes down. I'm not going to take the trade because we'll be closing back in the zone, but I have a feeling. I think I used to do this. Actually, I remember tracking this at one point, tracking if it was the first time that it touched. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And of course it doesn't. Oh, well, it might. Oh, wait. Well, la, 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 la. Let's see, 649. Is it gonna hold? Please? No. It didn't hold. Where are we down to? And actually, I think I want to do a. We got a sell rotation level there. I think I want to add in. Well, no. Not there anymore. I might actually add in that I can't go back towards that because that's kind of like a regular pullback, and my other one is kind of the same way, where there's only certain divergences that I can do that. I think I might do that actually. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. But I think in regards to closing back in the zone, I think I can if it's not the first touch, which would make sense. But I want to go look at something real quick. So I probably could have stayed out of that one. Well, oh yeah, because we're not going to count that one. I feel like I need to add that in there, and I'm probably right in my thinking. There's a lot of volume in that candle. Pretty sure I'm thinking. I have my thinking cap on. Yeah. Still a break even, and that doesn't count. And that's it. Yep. All right, I'm adding that as a rule because all the ones that I just saw in my back testing data, they all broke even. So to all break even and then this one lose, we're just gonna chalk that up as we're gonna make that a rule. No. All right, and I'm cool with that. That's what makes the most sense. There was a sell rotation level right here, and I was trying to push back going towards it, but like my regular pullbacks and stuff, I can't do it. And in regards to the divergence pullbacks that happen at the major level, most of the rules I kind of follow the same as the regular pullbacks, so that one absolutely makes sense. Now this is a trade, this sell right here, regular pullback, not divergence at my major level, and I'm almost ready to be able to trade that. I'm not all the way ready yet though, so that's why I didn't take it. I mean, you could see it won, but yeah, good thing is I'm still positive. Let's hope it stays that way. But yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna scrap the 1 bar pullbacks, or probably only do the ones that are not going in the direction of the trend, which sounds weird, but yeah, I think that's the only ones I'm gonna take. Let's see if this higher low holds it. I did. Oh, why do I have that one? It's the old one. I think technically I could have taken that buy. Technically I could have. It was just a double bottom divergence after a 1 bar pullback. Alright, we got 30 minutes left. Let's hope any other setups that happen, I get a win, so I don't end up negative for the day. We won't speak that negativity over our accounts. So bye. What is the actual? Okay, $2.99. I forgot this thing is not taking commissions out. Excuse me. So I forgot that the accounts dashboard, the thing that I show you guys at the end of every session to show my balances and my threshold and stuff like that, I forgot that this thing can automatically close your trade when you, so if you reach the profit target on the eval, you can make it automatically close your trade, the trade that it's in at the time. I forgot all about that because this weekend I went and I looked at the video for it because I was just like, I feel like I'm using a much more condensed version of this because I just be clicking like tabs off and columns to be off because I want it to be kind of simple. I don't want all the extra stuff that's on there. But yeah, I discovered that because I was like, why is this check mark here? I don't understand what the check mark is there, and you can turn it on and off. Well, that's what it was for. It's basically to check off that when you get to the profit target that it closes the trade for you. So that, and then it also has this ability where there's a button on each line, and if it reads that you have not taken any trades on that account for the day, then you can click a button for every account that you haven't traded. You could do it as a combo or you could do them one by one. You can click a button for it to just enter and exit a quick micro trade so that you can get your trading day. Forgot about that too. Now I won't ever probably need that, but the option is there. The option is there. Man, that lag is insane. I was just gonna say, I don't even look, I can't do anything. And I wonder if it is this volume indicator at this point because somebody else did mention that, and I'm wondering. I really am wondering. And that trade was my fault actually. That was not valid. I read the wrong thing on my cheat sheet actually. I read it as I read it backwards. So I actually needed the volume of that bar to be more than the previous swing and it was less. So that was my fault. I'll take the L for that one. Now I'm negative for no reason. Oh, just I guess on that account. Still a little bit green. But yeah, I definitely read that backwards. I probably should make, no, I'm gonna keep that on the left side actually. Actually, 377, 312. Let's see how this works out. We'll still be in the trade. Okay, so I was right in thinking that. Okay. So, one of the things that I did do last week was I didn't take any divergence where like my entry bar, this swing is more than the previous swing. I kind of took that out because I couldn't figure out a consistent pattern with those in particular. But I did write down a particular pattern that I'm interested in right now, and this was one of them. And you can see that we resisted a little bit right here off of my minor level, but then we ended up pushing through it. So I think I got it together. So I probably want to see it happen at least one more time before I actually trade it, or maybe if it happens tomorrow and I'm up enough in my account, I'll go ahead and risk it because at this point I think I figured out that pattern. But I definitely stayed away from all of it last week. All of it. So we'll see. We'll see how I end up treating that. and it was a push off the VWAP too, so that probably helped the push. 12, 3, yeah. Do I think this is going higher or lower? I have to see how it reacts right here because 306.75 is my major level. So I look at the market in like chunks. So I look at the market between where price is, like if we're in an overall downtrend, where price is compared to my minor level. Then when it passes my minor level, which it did right down here, then from the minor level to the major level right here, I look at it in that chunk. Actually, the major level is right there. So I look at the market in a chunk from here down, then from here up, and then when it gets above my major level, I look at it from there to the level that changes the overall trend to back to an uptrend or downtrend if we're in an uptrend at the time. So when we get to a level like this, I have to actually see how it's going to react off of my major level first before I kind of like have a hunch on what I think it's going to do. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll just have to see how it reacts here. There's no zigzag attached right now, so it could push down, but it's kind of too early to tell. The zone to change it to an uptrend is from 320.50 to 327.75. It's like up there. Let me see. It's still honestly too early to tell. Wait, what is that number? 288. I am going to take a sell here, but I mean, you also have to remember that I only look at the market for 4.5 points. So I don't have like a overall thought process on where price can hit, because honestly, after I take this sell, let's hope this level can hold. But after that, then it can push up. Let's hope the level can hold. Can it hold? Can it hold? No. Come on, market, don't fail me now. Alright, we just hit the minor level. It's rejecting a little bit. We don't want it to reject a lot of it. So it hit the level that changed the minor trend from a downtrend to an uptrend. Hopefully it could push through there, because I don't really have a rule right now where I break even when it gets there. Hopefully I don't have to make that a thing. I do that if Like if I'm in a divergence trade, like a divergence buy, and it's an overall downtrend, I do that. But the overall trend right now is a downtrend, so I don't really do that when it tries to get back in the level, but it might be a thing where we need to add, who knows. Don't make me end the day negative, that would suck. Started off so great. But it's resisting pretty heavy. And as much as I want to hit the break even button, we don't make decisions based off of emotions. And see, if I would have hit the break even button based off of emotions, I would have been mad as hell. When I broke even and then it won, I would have been mad. So, I'll redraw the major level. Just remember the major level is the top one right there. So we just kind of have to see if we trade back into the zone, it's likely going to push down. And then we also wanted to break this higher low right here. So it's like different variables at the moment. Different variables at the moment. Because a lot of times what I see when we come back to the major level, we'll create some structure here. It'll look like consolidation. I don't look at it like consolidation because I see it a certain way. Like that was a divergence pullback to the major level. That simple. But we do typically attempt to create structure here. And like I said, what I use for my minor and major levels are just versions of half trends. It's the solar wind indicator from ninja.co. So it shows you what they call a vector, and typically you want price to react there when you're taking trades because it's a support or resistance level. And then it also shows you the level that will change it from an uptrend to a downtrend. So I have the minor one changing the color of my bars. Then the major one just changes the color of my background to tell me what my overall bias is. The overall bias doesn't really matter. To be honest with you, I trade the same way no matter what. It's just like a couple of rules that change just a little bit. But I'm still going to take buys when the trend is down and vice versa. So that part doesn't change. But you can see like this bar right here that we're in right now. It's creating an outside bar here. It's trying to break below the major level to continue down. But it's having a hard time. And we're trying to do so with a double top. So now, even if this bar reverses down, we've kind of cleared here, right? So, yeah, we'll have to kind of see. See what it does. Now this is a new setup, so I'm not gonna take it yet. This sell right here is a new setup for me, so I want to just see it happen first, at least once, before I take it, to see if there's anything I need to change first with it. But let's see what happens with this trade. If it wins, I'll be okay with that. And basically it's a divergence trade, but you can see that this previous candle reacted off of the major level right here. So I would be taking a trade going back towards the major level. So, and I did not used to do that. I used to ban all trades like that. And this was the volume pattern I was looking for, and it was a full win. So now that I've seen it happen once, I feel comfortable taking it. So yeah, certain things on my cheat sheet I know are brand new. Like I know what my rules were last week for the most part. So just like stuff like that, if there's anything else on my cheat sheet where I'm like, okay, this is brand new, I think I analyzed that properly, but let's just see it happen first, I'll probably be sitting out of those kind of trades. At least for today. Probably not for the rest of the week, but let's see. I'm gonna write valid right there so I can remember to write that one down. I think there's only a couple of other scenarios where I need to pay attention to like newer rules. But so far today, I think it was only one trade that I got into that I wasn't supposed to, and that was a few minutes ago. That was sale. I just looked at the wrong part of my cheat sheet. And I could take that. Didn't sit out of too many trades today. So I can handle that. I can handle that. What am I? 262. Okay. So I'm just down like $37 from the last time I checked the overall balance. I could dig that. And that's basically just the commissions essentially from the win and the loss, since the difference is almost $8. Alright, what is... So you can see, Rio, how I was saying like we try to create structure above it, but we had a valid divergence trade to push down that pushed us back into the major level up there, pushed us back into the zone. So now the minor changed to a downtrend, so I'm just interested to see what happens after we have this little pullback right here. What is that level? 301. And now remember, we do have the middle VWAP level right there at 287. So we could be pushing back towards the VWAP just to push back up, because the middle VWAP level is a level like a middle pivot level. So it's there that price is going to decide if it's going to continue up or push below it and start pushing down. Right. 321. All right, there is too much volume there. So I look for weakness or strength on your major levels. Kind of, sorta. Really it depends on... Okay, wait, before I answer your question, Chief, no, I didn't catch the overnight move. Baby, I don't trade overnight. She logs in at 8:15 in the morning and she trades from 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Nothing more, nothing less, okay? She don't do that. No, I don't trade overnight anymore. I stopped that long ago. But yeah, so Rio, it's not that I'm looking for weakness or strength at either of the levels, but you have to remember that. So I'm going to show you what the solar wind looks like. I'll just show you. And the only reason I don't show all of my indicators on the chart that you guys see is because sometimes they can overload the system. And we already know that Rhythmic is not the best when it comes to handling data. So I just don't want to overload my computer on top of having the data lag on, with that. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like. But remember, I also have a minor one with this one. So, and damn it, I didn't click the button to show the background. But basically, so you can see that this is red dots right here. So that lets you know that the overall trend bias is a downtrend. So you can see how we pulled back here. This was the divergence above the level, which was fine. I could have taken that one, but like I said, that's a new rule of mine. So I wanted to see it happen first. But then if I squeeze the charts a little bit, you could see up there is where it would change to an uptrend. So when you look at the overall trend, you can kind of see that this entire time we've been in the downtrend for the major level. Every time we came up to it, we created some structure, we rejected. We created some structure, we're rejecting. And this is kind of causing my computer to lag a little bit, so I'm gonna take it back off. But yeah, and like I said, it's just a half trend basically. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I don't know what the volume of that swing was, but I could have just possibly missed out on a buy. It is what it is. But yeah, so I have that, and then like I said, I also have a minor one that kind of shows me the minor trend changes as well. And now my charts are trying to catch up. Just trying to catch up. Okay, I didn't miss the buy. Great. But yeah, we're at 460. I don't think there's gonna be enough volume here, but we'll see. So my minor trend is kind of the same thing, where sometimes I'm looking for the pullbacks to come all the way back to the level. Other times I don't care. Like right now, I don't care that it didn't pull all the way back to the level. That's fine for me. I could take the sell right here. But I just noticed after all of this time of developing this strategy that I'm just looking for certain volume patterns that happen with specific pullbacks. So like I said, I think this was last week, I was pointing out, like when it's a lower high to a lower low to a lower high, that's a different setup than if this started with a higher low, right? So yeah. And then like if price wants to push down before, like there's no level attached to this, right? Because it needs to pull back to 286.75 for it to pull back to my minor level. So there's literally nothing here. So if this does reverse and go down, I'm looking for a pattern with that specifically versus if it actually pulled all the way back to my levels. So yeah, that's why it's taken me this many months of you guys watching me struggle and lose for days and sometimes weeks at a time, because it's a very meticulous thing that I'm putting together. And I'm doing this for myself anyway, because I'm a very like black and white person. There's no gray area. I don't want to make decisions based off of emotions. That doesn't work. Not long term, it doesn't, to me at least. And that's something that you can't teach. And that reminds me of this one girl who I watch on YouTube sometimes. She does courses and teaches people or whatever. But she was saying like she's been switching to more like a swing trading, not intraday swing, like for real swing trading. And she was saying that during the times that she has her cohorts, she trades so much better because she has her students looking at her every move, at her every trade, and she holds it when she's supposed to. She gets out when she's supposed to based on her rules. She said, because she said, I can't teach feelings. So for me, I have to stick to my rules because my students are watching me and they're going to ask me, wait, why did you get out of that? And I can't say because I felt like this was going to happen. Like it needs to be clear cut rules. And so for me, I'm doing that for myself because I'm very, I wouldn't say OCD, but I have tendencies. And I don't really I don't want emotions to be in my trading. So it's for me, but also if I ever decide to teach, I want to be able to have like the cheat sheet that I have right now. And I know that if I ever came up with a course and I taught, I would definitely, as much as I hate courses like this, where like you go through one thing one week and one thing the next week. And like, because for me, I learn very fast. So it's like, man, you're slowing down my progress right now. But because I have like 6 or 7 setups, I know if I ever taught, I'm going to have to do it that way because I don't want someone trying to learn every single setup like quickly because it's going to take you time to embed the rules in your brain. So I would probably do like a 8-week course, maybe even longer than that, teach one setup every week or maybe even like every 2 weeks. One setup for 2 weeks, introduce the next one, and that allows you to get the repetition and learn and stuff, and then you add in the next one. But it's also why I'm trading this way, so that if I decide to teach, it's very clear and cut. If I have 100 students, 100 students are all looking at the market the exact same way. Nobody's trying to break even because they feel like it or they think that this is going to happen. Like, no, the strategy is set to be this particular way, trade it this particular way. That's my goal if I decide to teach. But yeah, went red, didn't follow your trenches. Wait a minute now. What didn't you take like you was 5-0? Wait, let me see. Yes. Don't tell me you lost all of that. We need to have a talk. But yeah, Truck-A-Lot, that as much as I'm trading to get away from people, which sounds weird because I'm on YouTube and that introduces me back to people. But I was just saying in the Apex Discord, I think it was over the weekend, like my entire adulthood has been spent serving people. My very first like career, I only had one job before I had my first career. I was working, and it was my senior year of high school. I worked at a car rental place. People. My first career was real estate. People. I had to be on phones. I had to show houses. I had to do all that stuff, right? People. So then my next career was nursing. People. In the midst of me being a nurse, I also got into network marketing. I was in the top 0.1% of multiple companies. People. Teams of thousands of people. And even people who were not on my team still had access to me. People. Because one of the companies I actually helped start from the ground up, I was the director of financial education, I think, at one point. I don't remember. That was 10 years ago. I was the director of something and it had to do with finance. But yeah, people. I was a speaker, so I spoke at like I had speaking engagements. I spoke at different events and stuff. I was on stage in front of hundreds of people. Yeah. So, and then I had a credit repair business. People. So, and I love dealing with people. I love serving people. I love helping people. That's why every career I've had has been helping people to a certain extent, right? However, I'm also an introvert. I also love being alone. Like, I am a loner. I live with my mother and my grandma, and they will tell you they see me come out my room to go to the bathroom, to go to the kitchen, and to come back to my room because I'm just naturally a loner. Like, no offense to my uncle and his wife, but they were in town this weekend and they were over here almost every day. I think since actually they've been here every day since they came back. I think they're back on the road now, going back home. But literally, I had to turn my fans off so that I wouldn't hear noise outside. I mean, turn my fans on so I wouldn't hear noise outside of my room because, like, people. And as much as I love my niece and nephew, having them 3 times a week for months, people, you know? So it's like with trading, trading is just me, the charts, and some buttons. No people involved. When it comes to Discord, yes, I'm a mod in the official Apex Discord, but guess what? When I don't want to deal with people, guess what I do? I don't go in Discord. People. So it's like I'm on this journey to, first of all, create a level of financial freedom I know I cannot get anywhere else. Nowhere else. Because as much as people talk about real estate and stuff like that, that's not the same level of freedom as clicking some buttons and making thousands of dollars, right? So it's like, I want to still help and serve people, but in doing so, that means I got to be back in the space of people when I'm trying to do this so I don't got to deal with people. So I'm at a crossroads. And that's why I always say, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to teach. I don't know. I really just don't know. You know, as much as it's been fun going through this, it's not been all fun, but it's been fun, like, showing my journey on YouTube. Yeah, I had a couple of crazy trolls, specifically one in particular who tells me that he tunes in to see me lose, but he hasn't been around the last week when I've been winning. But anyway, like, just showing this process has been a lot. And I thought it was going to, like, irritate me more, like, losing in front of people, but I really don't give a shit because I just remind people, like, this is a journey and I'm putting something together from scratch. But I really want to help people, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that and still be able to be away from people. So that's my crossroads, and we'll see whenever that time comes. It's going to take a while. Like, I'm going to have to get consistent payouts for probably like a year before I ever even decide to create a course, because I feel like from that standpoint, if my goal was to create a strategy that works no matter what the market conditions are, no matter what time of the year it is, if I get payouts from this consistently for a year, I have gone through each of the 4 seasons of the market, the slow summer markets, the faster markets towards the end of the year, and, you know, coming into spring. So yeah, then I'll feel like, you know what, I've proven myself. The strategy has proven itself. It all makes sense. But I will tell you that I probably won't ever have a course that, like, the course is just there to purchase all the time. It would be like in cohorts. I would want to be able to, like, go live with my students and answer questions and things like that. Like, it won't just be something you could just buy today and go through. Like, it will never be nothing like that. Because if I'm going to do this, I want to be hands-on with the process, because I know how much this can change people's lives, including my own. So I would want to be it to be more of like an intimate type of setting kind of thing. But yeah. So let me show you guys what the accounts are looking like. To be honest with you, today wasn't a horrible day. Let me go on the trade performance first, because this accounts dashboard did not take into account all of the trades. So it looks like I took, that's all I took today? Oh, no, I forgot to push the button. Okay, so I've taken 8 trades today. 1, 2, 3, 4 wins, 3 losses, a break even. I know for sure 1 trade was not supposed to be in. A second trade, actually 2 trades I was not supposed to be in. One of them, I've created a rule based off of it now, so we'll be eliminating that. And then I did miss out on a couple of wins. So Taking that into account, today would have been, I mean, it still was a great day. We still were green, but today would have been an even better day, all things considering. And that's what I'm looking for as far as progress goes. Please don't pay attention to the total P&L. The total P&L is the real one that's on the screen, because this thing just didn't take into account commissions. And can you see that? You can even see here how it says position 0. This should have 16 in there to show that I took 8 trades. But either way, trying to get the 50K back to a 50K balance. This is the one that I started today, which is positive, so that's good. And then this one I started today as well. That one is starting off in the right direction. And then this is the one where it renews on it renews next Monday. So if we do not pass this account by Friday's session, I'm going to attempt to fail it like I attempted the last one that turned into a PA. So yeah, not a bad day at all. I thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, you can feel free to leave them on the comment section of the video once it posts. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.